Carl Edwards will always be remembered as one of the greatest Cup Series drivers in history to never win a championship. He nearly came close twice, specifically in both 2008 and 2011, but 2011 obviously hurts the most. Pairing up with his longtime crew chief Bob Osborne, the duo would put together one of the most consistent seasons in Cup Series history, but obviously it wasn't consistent enough. Even though Carl Edwards did get a win and was competing for the championship, it was not enough to outperform Tony Stewart's 5 wins in the final 10 races of the 2011 chase for the Cup. Edwards would lose the championship based on a tiebreaker for wins, so entering the 2012 season, there were a lot of questions surrounding this team. History has shown that the runner-up for the championship usually goes on to have a pretty bad season the following year, but Edwards kicked off the 2012 season in the best way possible, winning the 2012 Daytona 500 pole. A lot of fans, including myself, thought Edwards could rebound, he could compete for the championship and make up for what he lost in 2011. But as it turns out, this Raw appearance featuring John Cena in 2012 would be the height of his season. This was a bad season Edwards didn't see coming. See what I did there?
And here's a look from the blimp, top of your screen, entering turn 3.
Yeah, just side by side. They're hard to stay down on the bottom. Carl gets a little wiggle, and then the 39 car, Newman, on the outside, he made a little contact, and around he went.
Boy, Jimmy Johnson and Regan Smith scooted through on the inside.
One of the hardest things to do on any racetrack we go to is go in a corner side by side with another car, because this is what happens so many times. You know, see any damage on the right front fender of Carl? It looks it's wrinkled a little bit.
There's Regan Smith in the 78, Brad Keselowski in the deuce, and down on the inside is Casey Kane.
Casey in the 5 and Regan in the 78, they made slight contact, but when they bounced off the wall, this is how fast these guys are being told, slow down, but you can't. There's nothing you can do when there's a wreck in front of you.
That's one of those racing deals, as they say here at Bristol, Tennessee. Regan was driving down the straightaway, and Casey said, good, I got him cleared, I'm moving up, and look what happens.
Now
big crash, turn 3.
Behind you.
Tommy Baldwin gets piled up.
Yellow.
With the 42 of Montoya.
I think the 24's in there too.
Landon Castle, Martin Truex, Carl Edwards are all involved as one car slowed in the top lane. Terry Labonte and everybody else piled in. Whoa.
Looked like Blaney might have hooked.
Was that Castle?
Castle, I think it was, and that started that. And then Jeff Gordon gets pounded by Martin Truex Jr. He hit that wall hard, Jeff Gordon did.
And I think Casey Kane was the big winner out of that pack.
If you just come out of the front of this pack without damage, you're a winner.
What do you think Jimmy Johnson's sitting back here thinking?
Oh, trouble
Carl.
for the defending winner. Carl Edwards has brought the caution out.
Whole right front's on fire on that baby.
Blow up, is that what you said, bud? Yeah, it's either that or, yeah, I think it blew up.
I think you're right, Carl.
Dick Berggren.
Carl Edwards also thinks he has a loose wheel. He was told by his crew chief, Bob Edwards, bring it in if you think it's catastrophic. The loose wheel on McMurray's car wasn't a loose wheel. He threw a wheel weight. That produces vibration, too.
Now, a little while ago, Carl Edwards had to come in for a loose wheel. Went back out on track. And we listened into Edwards 1 lap down now.
The problem is, you guys got to be real honest, okay? I understand if you think you got tight. I'm not accusing you of anything. Just be real honest, okay? Yeah, he had no question. He thought it was tight, but now let's focus. Let's see what we can do here. All right, tempo. We got lots of races. Let's just be perfect the rest of the day, all of us. We can do it.
And that's a trust issue. You got to trust those guys. If they say, I got your wheels tight, you don't have to worry, then you got to get that out of your mind. You got to think it's not going to have, you don't have a loose wheel. But if you do think you have one and you do come to pit road after they said they didn't, that you didn't have a loose wheel, now you got a doubt in your mind.
And I think what also Carl is suggesting there is we had 3 caution laps before we went back racing that we could have come to pit road under caution and not lost all this ground.
Trust, man, it means so much. Trust between the driver and the crew chief, and he's got to trust those guys to get those wheels on there tight.
We're under caution at lap 163 because Carl Edwards said something broke. and the car rocketed from the bottom lane straight up into the wall.
All the air came out of the right front tire. That's what broke. And up the hill he went. In the worst possible place, right in the middle of the corner, back in the gas, running hard up off the turn, and then all of a sudden, ballooning.
Carl came in here 10th in the points, so he's going to take a big hit with that crash.
By the time we reach the midpoint of the 2012 season, the frustration of Edwards and the entire 99 team is pretty apparent. After the first 19 races saw Carl Edwards outside of the top 10, Jack Roush made a decision to relieve Bob Osborne of his crew chiefing duties. Taking his place would be their Nationwide Series crew chief at the time in Chad Norris. This was a last-ditch effort to help turn their struggling season around, but up to this point, it was already too late.
Now, does your gauges look okay? Yeah, gauges are good. I'm going to run one more lap. Anything I can do?
Well, there you hear and see Carl Edwards off the pace in the 99 car. Had just lost
Switch the
third.
battery down by you. See if that does anything.
Had just lost third place to Kyle Busch, and now he's slowing down.
It is a big letdown, though.
Here he is, Vince.
You heard the radio transmission between Carl Edwards and his crew chief Chad Norris about Carl trying to provide a diagnosis from the cockpit. The hood is up and they are inspecting, but as you guys indicated, certainly not the kind of performance or result this team needed as it pursues a spot in the chase.
Edwards began the day 11th in the championship, 46 points from 10th place. Remember, the top 10 on points make the cut to race for the championship. The final two drivers, most wins of drivers between 11th and 20th. Carl with no wins this season, and now falling further behind that 10th place.
Try to cut it off one time, Carl, and restart it.
Carl, Dale Jarrett, you have a copy?
I got you, Dale.
Well, looks like you finally got that thing to the position you've been looking for all night. Can you keep it there?
Well, I think so. The car is real fast around the top, and we'll get the good starting spot here, so hopefully we can make it work. Problem I got is Chad told me to pit, and I didn't pit, so hopefully we got enough fuel.
All right, getting one to go. Good luck, man.
Well, there's a bit of news revealed by our in-race reporter. So Carl Edwards, last pitted at lap 325, told us earlier as our in-race reporter he was called to pit road and missed it. So how many caution flag laps do they need, Dave, to make it to the finish?
Is that the question you want to ask? All right, so Chad Norris, you wanted to call him in. How much caution do you think you'll need, and do you think he's a good enough fuel saver to make it happen?
His record shows that he's pretty good at saving fuel here, so hopefully he'll do what we need to do and try to get this fast enough forward in victory lane today.
Did you have a number in mind as far as caution laps went?
Yes, and we aren't there quite yet.
He could use a few more, Alan. I believe that's the answer.
Loosen him up without hitting him, but he may have to use him up a little bit to make this pass.
There it is. Now, can he put the slide job on him? And Carl with the crossover.
Carl's going to be able to put the slide job on. He's going to have to, or rub it. Here comes Johnson, maybe 3 wide before this is over.
Hamlin to the lead. Chad Norris said he needed a few more.
All right, guys, here we come, 4,000. Probably have a tag here, 4,000.
That's going to be a tough way to end the night.
Fuel only here, guys, fuel only.
Mike, you know what's going on with this 99?
Yeah, they think it's a battery. They asked them to switch batteries, but that hasn't corrected the problem. But no voltage on the 99 right now, and that's a serious concern.
Let me message. We done? Yeah, we're done. All right, guys, we need to get it back to the garage here.
It just doesn't go well for them the year after. Remember Denny Hamlin, the runner-up in 2010, the difficult year he had last year. Carl Edwards not in the chase at the moment and winless so far this year. And the pattern goes back.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be something to this. It does take a lot out of a team and driver when you work so hard, get so close, and don't get it done.
You'll go to the front. Oh, trouble. Yep, there we go. Carl Edwards. Cole Witt.
he got hit, I believe, by Casey Mears right there. There was contact between the two. He had been running 10th right before that happened.
Just make sure you got brakes. Got brakes. It knocks the toe. The toe's knocked a little bit. Change her.
He's got a lot of damage to that right rear quarter panel, too. I mean, basically gone.
Let me hear first. Get the fenders clear of the tires.
They have some work to do on that car.
Clint Boyd, they're in trouble.
1 to 32. Caution.
Around. Along with Carl Edwards.
Dude dove in there and hit him, and he was spinning when he hit you. You're good to come around there.
And being on older tires, Carl got help.
Hunted,
Yeah. Sam Horner's getting into the back.
Looking inside now. Inside. He got hit by the 20 toe, the brake.
Carl Edwards' 2012 bad season stats are this: 0 wins, 3 top 5s, 13 top 10s, an average finish of 15.6, and finished a dismal 15th in the standings. They eventually got it turned around for 2013 and 2014, but it was certainly not to the level of performance they had in 2011. In hindsight, we probably wish Carl Edwards' 2012 season had ended more like this.
Here comes Edwards, tries to go high, but Stewart blocks. This is going to be a close one. Edwards takes it. Carl Edwards is the new NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion.
Unlike in NASCAR, the game Inside Line, history cannot be rewritten, and Carl Edwards' 2012 season will go down as one of the worst bad seasons in NASCAR history. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.